I also hope that people already feel and understand the mood of this event. Look where we are, look around at the back, and look at the view, and then it tells you what we are here about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially starting our program. I won't delay. Over to you, Miss Ngesi. I don't see you. Where are you? Where are you? Yes, over to you.
Thank you, Mtubanzi. It certainly will be one of the best splash events that we'll be having. I will be presenting the splash program. It's our annual splash program, as all of you are aware, and I'm sure a lot of you waiting in anticipation to see what the city has in store. Okay, as all of you are aware, the city has a strategy of making sure that we want to be the events capital of South Africa. Eventually, it will happen that in a few years' time, we'll be the events capital of the world. But for now, we're starting small. We want to be the events capital of South Africa. And obviously, the strategy is for us to focus on the water sports component. We also are wanting to be a destination of choice to all tourists and investors, and anyone who wants to come and visit our shores, really. So the NMB, through hosting of such events such as Splash, is trying to achieve one of that strategic direction. The event is a 4-day event. It's starting on the 19th of March until the 22nd of April. And as I said, the emphasis is on focusing on water sports. So my colleagues, or our partners rather, will be elaborating on the volleyball SHMs event that will be taking place, as well as the jet ski and the power boat racing events that will be taking place. Briefly, the events or some of the elements that Splash will be including will be the edutainment, which is basically focusing on the conservation station, and I'll be elaborating on this a little bit later. The water sports and other related activities, entertainment for the entire family. Remember, Splash is a fun family, it's a family-orientated event. So for the entire duration of the event, we're wanting to focus on families and wanting to bring all race groups to the event. So that is what, that was the reasoning behind us adding some of the elements that I'm going to be talking about later on. Obviously, we normally have our food component, which is quite exciting. I know it was a new addition last year. We're going to also be having a wide range of stalls and exhibitions, as well as our normal craft and stalls with strong emphasis on economic sustainability, and our normal 15 by 15 tent that will be at the food court. So if you look at our program, as I said, it's a 4-day program. It's starting on Friday, and we'll be having a variety of events that are listed on the program. We'll be having the volleyballs, the surf series, the stage entertainment, where we'll be having quite different artists performing at different times, and our popular Splash DJ competition, as well as the stalls that will be in operation from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night, and then our conservation station. I'm sure you are aware that the president launched a campaign called the Good Green Deeds. It was launched at the Sisa Tukashe Stadium in East London. And this was the brainchild of the late Minister Edna Molewa as part of the response strategy of the country, as a climate change response strategy. And this is one of the things that she wanted for all cities in South Africa to take part in being active drivers and driving the environmental sustainability agenda. So for us, this is quite exciting because it's not only going to be fun and games and playing, but the event is also going to have a major focus on sustainability and environment. And also Saturday, as you can see, the program is quite clear in terms of what will be happening. We're also going to be having a wine tasting and food pairing station. It's also a new event. So I'm sure there's a lot of people who love their wines and they love their food pairing. So, that is an opportunity for you to come to the station and taste the different wines that are on offer, as well as see which wines go with which food. And we're also going to have our normal fireworks display, which is normally on Saturday. And obviously the children's entertainment and our conservation station, which will also be taking place as well. Sunday is also going to be the normal event, the volleyball, the jet ski races, and the Afrikaans music segment. I think that will be done by Snotkop, which is quite exciting. And then we'll also, continue with our wine tasting, the stalls component, Easter egg hunt, which is part of our children's entertainment. And then Mondays is normally a chill day for the event. So that is where we go and we play nice music, and obviously you'll have volleyball as well playing at the beach. But it's just basically a chill session for the festival goers. We normally have two main stages. We're going to have the main stage, which is where the wrestling event will be taking place on the Friday. Last year, I know we had a lot of people who came to the wrestling event. That was exciting. It was something different for Splash, because the challenge that we were having as a department was wanting to see where we could fit that event in. So we found out that the Friday is normally the best time to fit that event, and it was a resounding success. Obviously, we'll also have the second stage where some entertainment will also be taking place. The program, as I said, will have a wide range of music performances from local and national artists. I'll elaborate later on that. Cultural performances, hypnotist, who's is a favorite, dancers, traditional dancers and modern dancers, buskers, which is quite exciting as well, circus act, mimes, magicians, and also our normal children's activities. At the conservation area, where that conservation area is going to be driven by the Department of Environmental Affairs, and we'll be having a wide range of exhibitors. Obviously, that, as I said, the focus is purely on environment and sustainability. KZN Sharks Board is on board. One of the reasons why we've got KZN Sharks Board is that the city is currently in a partnership agreement with KZN Sharks Board, and we've got an NMBM Shark Research Program. I know a lot of people, when I talk about sharks, might be a little bit scared, but that is one of the reasons why the city has had an excellent record when it comes to limited shark bitings, because we've got a program and we've got a scientist who is driving that program for the city, and we are willing, or rather the program enables us to be proactive in terms of spotting sharks at an early stage. So when that happens, obviously the sharks have been tagged, and we know which sharks are occurring at the different locations in the city. And what we do is, if we know that there's going to be sharks coming on shore, obviously we'll put our systems in place, which include, giving early warning signs and making sure that the beaches are clear from swimmers and bathers. Bay World is coming on board. SANCOB, which used to be previously referred to as SAMREC, the MBDA will also be on board. I think they will be presenting their plans with regards to the city. And the Eastern Province Light Bait Tackle Boat Angling Association will also be doing a presentation. I think for us that is exciting, because for once they will not be at sea catching fish, but they'll be showing us, live dissections of fishes, and also showing us the different types of fish that are available at sea, and also, giving us the do's and don'ts and telling us which fish is healthy and which fish is protected, because as we know, there are some fish species that you're not allowed to bait. And as I said, the Department of Environmental Affairs, as part of the Good Green Deeds campaign, will also be showcasing. I also forgot to mention that the KZN Sharks Board will also be doing a live shark dissection. So for some of you who love that sort of thing, please come and join, and it will be an interactive session. So you'll be given a space and a chance to ask questions and interact with the various exhibitors. I've already spoken about the wine and food pairing tent. This is going to be exciting. We're also going to have a laser tag area, which is also something very exciting. It's going to be at the KFC lawns. So we'll have a huge setup there where we'll be having the laser tag activity, which basically is a high laser game. And it's, I don't know if some of you are aware of it, but it's where, you know, you put on sort of a vest of some sort and you try and shoot each other, but obviously using lasers, not real guns. Some of the performers, I know most of you are excited about wanting to know the program. We've got DJ Kanyani who will be performing, Stula No 1000, Snot Cop, as well as Steph will also be there. The local artists, we've got as a city over 40 local slots that we've allocated for the local performances, and we try each and every year to make sure that our events are events that cater for the local artists as well, because at the end of the day it's our responsibility to make sure that we uplift the local artist area as well. So that is what we've done this year. We've got over 40 artists, and some of these local artists will be supporting the national artists. And perhaps if I can just name a few, some of you might know some of these local artists. We've got Gino Lee, we've got Sizani, we've got DJ Nitro, we've got Studha, obviously, 1000. Remember, he's a local and a national artist. We also have Toko, Faye, Gatley, as well as Third Degree Jazz. That is just a few of the local artists that will be performing, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, we've got a list of over 40 national artists that will be taking place. In terms of the safety and security compliance aspect, this is very important because, as you know, we are responsible for events management in the city, and we're also, in the same vein, responsible for making sure that our events are held in a compliance, in a way that will make sure that we comply to legislation. So our overarching legislation is the Sasria Act 2010, which compels us as a city to make sure that our event receives the proper risk categorization, and from there onwards everything is put in place in terms of the tents that we'll be using. They have to get certification from engineers. You have to have public liability insurance. The fireworks display that's taking place on Saturday, you have to have permission for that, the security plan, medical plan, as well as other related plans that are required. So I also just want to give you a brief overview of some of the events that the city will be hosting in the future. Some of the events are already in progress, some have not taken place, and some events the BD is hosting for. So I'm just going to run quickly, through these events. And if you want to engage me on some of the events, please feel free to do so. We've got the life-saving event that's already taking place. That's from the 24th to the 30th of March. It's part of an existing partnership with the city. I'm sure all of you are aware that it's currently taking place at Kings Beach and Newton Park Pool. And we've got over 41 clubs that are currently taking part. The Rumble Africa Boxing Tournament. I've never been to a boxing tournament, but this will be my first time. So I'm looking forward to seeing that event. It's going to be at the Nongoza Jebe Hall, formerly used to be called Centenary. It's going to be on the 7th of April. And the event seeks to promote South African boxers and boxing by bringing back affordable entertainment to the boxing enthusiasts of the city. We also have the African Champs Ironman event that's also taking place in the city from the 6th to the 7th of April. I think all of you are aware of the Ironman event. It's an annual event that takes place in the city. Last year we hosted the World Champs as well. So that is our usual event that's taking place. It's comprised of the Iron Kids component as well as the full Ironman, which is taking place on the Sunday. Also, just briefly to touch on some of the sponsorships, renewals that the city is currently involved in. It's basically the Opera House sponsorship, where the city makes sure that by being part of some of programs that are taking place in Opera House, it also takes part, or rather contributes to the upliftment of the creative industry in the city. The COSAFA Cup, the city hosted a successful COSAFA Cup, and the powers that be felt that because it was a resounding success, the city needed to sponsor or enter into a new agreement with SAFA when it comes to the COSAFA Cup. So that is a different addition as well to the event. Obviously, the EP Cricket partnership that the city has. And also, one of the most exciting events that we're currently in the progress of bidding for is the Ocean Race event. I'm sure most of you are aware this event normally takes place in Cape Town. So this year, the city and Cape Town are in competition. We're not sure who's going to win, but we're doing our best, councillors, to make sure that we win. This event is the longest and toughest sporting event. I'm sure all of you are aware. It's a sailing event. And it will put the city in the map when it comes to hosting international events. So I won't elaborate a lot on that, but safe to say that it's also going to tap into the ocean economy. It's also going to be able to showcase the city. You will recall that the city also has got plans to stimulate the waterfront or the beachfront. So this event will also, play a role in terms of making sure that that development or that program takes place. And the event, the tentative dates for the hosting of the event is going to be either in November 2021 or end of March 2022. Sorry, that's a typo there. Okay, thank you very much. That's my story. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kitty. Let me not delay. Let's call a representative from the Volleyball Association, Mr. Gershon Rorik. Over to you.
Thank you. MMC, Mfana, Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture, and then all protocol observed. This is our 25th year of being part of the Splash Festival. This year we've changed it up a bit. Because it's the 25th year of being part of this festival, we've made it a national senior competition. For the last 3 years, we've put a lot into the development of the sport, and we've been calling it the Futures Tournament. So that will sit back for this year, and it will be taken over by the senior competitors, which makes it very exciting. It makes it one of those events that you want to come and watch because the power is great, the athletes are good, and it competes with anything on the world stage. Volleyball currently has more registered players around the world than football. That's just a point on how popular volleyball is around the world. So not saying that we're going to be as good as football, but at least we know we got the fun aspect to it. I heard the lady from Sports and Recreation, Arts and Culture saying all the international events that they got in Port Elizabeth. And for 25 years, our commitment has been to you guys coming here back every year. We hope that in the next couple of years, we can bring an international event to your shores, as we have a best location, I think, in South Africa. People always fight about Cape Town and Durban, but I think the jewel in the Nile is here in the Nelson Mandela Metro. So I hope you can commit to that down the line. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys over the Easter weekend, and we can't wait for the firework display. Thanks a lot.
Let's proceed. Councillor Mfana, I think it's that time when you need to come and share with us our vision as the Metro in relation to this magnificent event. Let's give over to you. Thank you.
Councillors, officials, media houses, greetings everybody, all protocol observed. This message is from our mayor, executive Bobani. He has something that he had to attend, Mr. Mniki, an urgent thing. So now he asked me to deliver this statement for him. Dignitaries, members of the media, thank you for your presence at this launch. For nearly 30 years, residents, our fellow South African and overseas tourists has flocked to our beaches to enjoy the most spectacular beach and water sport festival in the Southern Hemisphere, which is the Splash Festival. The Splash heralds the busiest, loudest, and greatest annual sporting tourism period in the Metro. This year's Splash Weekend will be a 4-day fiesta of sport, family fun, and entertainment, with the emphasis on quality and some new offerings. In the past, the Splash fell over the same weekend as the KKNK Festival in Oudtshoorn. This affected stalls' quality and spectator count. Now that the KKNK, I just want to pronounce it. Now that the KKNK is held 1 month before the Splash, will benefit greatly in all respects. Looking at the program, I am confident that it will appeal to the broad demographics of the local population and will attract visitors from outside of EPE. The popular food tent will be extended while a second tent will be provided for stall holders. 32 stage performances slots have been filled with over 80 individuals benefiting from the program. With so much which, Mr. Mniki, we don't get rain. Yes, we need rain, but last year it was really much raining. So hoping the weather will be nice as today. As always, the municipality has provided logistical and other support. We are eager to build the potential of the Splash Festival as a flagship event, drawing ever larger crowds from the region, the province, and elsewhere in South Africa. I appeal to our media contingent present here to give full publicity to this wonderful festival. You play a key role in ensuring that the crowds keep on flocking to the festival over each of the 4 festival days. Thank you for that. Let us all work together to make 2019 Splash Festival the best splash ever. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MMC. I think we are done. Thank you very much.